All right. Happy Friday. Sorry, guys. I know I start at 7, but I am currently fasting and I needed to eat. Okay. Let's see her. Okay. So, y'all, we're going to get into it really, really quick. And I'm just now looking at my phone. Okay. All right. So, we're going to get into it really quick. So, today, if you've seen, oh, somebody already answered. Okay, cool. Um, Two questions for you guys. Okay. Are you too prideful for therapy? Because we're going to talk about that. And then name something you were greedy about. And then we're going to talk about that as well. So I'm going to go back and forth. Okay. All right. Put this on silent because I don't want nobody texting me. And then we have two reminders. So I'm going to go straight into talking about greed, therapy, and then I have two reminders for you guys. Okay. All right. So, do anybody know the definition of greed? If you do, go ahead right into to the chat. If you don't, I'm going to give you the definition of greed. So, the definition of greed is, let's see, it stems from an emotional trauma and unmet need. People replace the emptiness of emotional distress. A person can attempt to use objects or possessions. So, you know how some people they are, they're greedy with money. They could be greedy with, let's see, sex. They could be greedy with their spouse. They could be greedy with a lot of things that God has given them. And this is the main thing here. What happens if this become an addiction or if it isn't enough? So, like if money to fund things, if something become a habit, what are you going to do? You're going to then become addicted to it, right? And you want more and more and more, and then it becomes like a greed. So my question, and I'm gonna get more into that, but my question is, name something that you were greedy towards. And I'm going to give you time to write, to answer that question. I'm sorry, guys, and y'all know I always, every time I start the Bible study, then people want to text me. It's crazy. I'm just giving you guys time. Okay, cool. Got it. I have to download picture. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, y'all. My family, we're all in the group chat, and it's like, all right. So I'm gonna tell y'all mine because, of course, I ask y'all questions, and I always tell y'all mine. I would say one thing that I have been greedy about in the past would be, and I got in trouble for it. I wanted to have kids when I was told that I shouldn't. That I was told that I couldn't have kids. So I became real greedy with it. And so, when you've been told something you can't do, what are you going to do? You're going to try your best to do it. So, of course, if you think about that, the things that I've been doing to have the kids, and I haven't had the kids, things of that nature. So I would say that's one thing that I was greedy about. Let's see. So we're going to go to the chapters. I'm sorry, I had got out of that group chat. We're going to go to the chapters. So we're going to start with Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. Okay, so keep your lives free. Keep your lives free from the love of money and the content with what you have, because God said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. For example, like if you're needing money and you're going through a lot, like just pray about it. God is going to go ahead and he's going to provide that regardless, right? So this literally happened. I'm not going to name a person because y'all know I'm really discreet. I'm not going to, have people names on here. But there was one particular person that was around me one time. And I think I asked him a question. I said, well, what if, no, we was either looking at something, it was with food stamps. And I don't know how much the food stamps was. It was a lot. And so he was like, oh, well, if God bless me with food stamps, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell it. And I'm looking at him like, but God blessed you with what you asked for. So you're going to be greedy enough to get the food and then get the money from the food stamps and sell it so you can have more money. So why? If you ask God for food stamps, he give you, I think it was like something like $1,000 or something like that. I don't know how much it was, but y'all, it was really expensive. And let's say if it was $1,000, you get $1,000 every month. He's like, oh yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna use $1,000 every month, so I'll go ahead and I'll sell it, or I'll sell half of it. And so I told him, I said, this is what I'm saying when I'm talking about greed, or what people should know. When you're constantly asking God for something and then you get it and you like, well, but I want more. That's greed. And a lot of people, we tend to do that a lot. And it's like, it's a habit. Like if God goes ahead and let's see, I'm trying to think of something that is really, he gives you a car, a nice car, and you get that nice car and you like, you know what? I could go actually get me another car, but you got the car you asked for. You got the car you asked for, and you're like, but I want another one though. Why? What's the point of getting another one if you got what you asked for? So I feel like sometimes we actually make mistakes because we get what we want, and then when we get it, we want more. And then the next one will be Proverbs chapter 15, verse 27. Whoever is greedy for unjust gain troubles his own household, but he who hates bribes will live. This is so true. Now, like I said, I'm not naming names, but y'all know I got to give y'all facts because I'm never going to lie to y'all. Me and this person, we were living together. And God told me 2 times, literally, he's going to lose his family from being greedy. Now, I don't know what's going on. God literally just told me this out of nowhere. So I'm like, okay. So I go tell him, hey, I just heard God tell me, you're gonna lose the family by being greedy. I don't know what God was talking about. Okay, I'm still lost. He told me again, maybe 2 or 3 weeks passed. He told me again. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? Next thing you know, because as in the scripture, it says, whoever is greedy for unjust gain troubles his own household. We living together. I have nothing to do with what he got going on. But God is like, he talks to me. So I'm like, okay, God, I hear you, but okay. So I go ahead and tell him again. And he's like, oh no, I ain't doing nothing. I want you talking about. I'm trying to make a living for us. I'm like, okay, all right. And then I kid you not, I'm not trying to tell that person's business, but I'm really trying to get you guys to understand here. That person lost his job. And then court situations happen. But here's the thing. If that person would have listened to me, and I'm not saying, oh, listen to me every time. No, what it was, God was talking to me to warn him. And that's the thing. People sometimes go, well, God, God don't talk to me. God don't tell me. God don't warn me. No, he does. You're just not listening. He warns us all the time. So I'm literally telling him, because how do I know what you're doing? I don't know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing. So think about it. This person knew what I was saying at that time because he knew what he was doing, and it was illegal. So like I said, he got fired, and it was court situations that happened. God did warn him, and God was warning me, like, look, he's going to lose his family. That's what he said. He's going to lose his family from being greedy. He knew exactly what God was talking about, but he didn't listen. No, he did not. So guess what the consequence was? You lost your family, and now you have, a court situation still to today. So that is so serious. Like, you cannot sit here and be greedy. And mind you, this person was making great money. When I say good money, good money. So why were you, y'all, I don't know. I don't want to tell the situation, but just know it was illegal things. I don't know. Okay. And everything was fine. Bills getting paid. Everybody chilling. I never understood it. Third one, Luke chapter 12, verse 15. Be on guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. And that's basically materialistic. Anything that is the opposite of basically God. Okay, so let's see. I told that. Okay. And then the question, name something you was greedy towards. So like anything, y'all, it don't just have to be money. It could be women. You could be greedy towards women. You could be greedy towards men. You could be greedy towards sex. Like you could, and this is a real Bible study here. So, I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm not going to hide anything. This is transparent. This is honesty. You could be greedy towards food. You could be greedy towards attention just because you never had attention. You could want it so bad and you're greedy towards it. You could be greedy towards social media to where you just wake up. That's the first thing you do. You don't pray. You don't talk to God. You don't do nothing. You don't even talk to your kids. You just wake up and go. That's the first thing you're doing. You could be greedy towards drinking. You can have a couple of drinks, but then when you get drunk, greedy. You don't got to even get that far. Enjoy just a nice drink. Keep it moving. Or drugs, smoking. I guess weed. I don't know nothing. I'm just naming things out there. I guess hookah. Okay, those things of that nature. You want it all the time. Greedy. Okay. So we're going to get off that. But before I do, is there anybody that want to tap into greed? Because now we're going to talk about therapy, which I think we all need. Is there any questions about greed? Anything you want to talk about when it comes to greed? We're good? And greed can become a habit, especially if you get it and you enjoy it, you'll want it again and more. You want it more, and more. Okay. So we're going to move straight to therapy. Now, this is the question I asked you guys. Are you too prideful for therapy? Somebody said no. Okay. I'm going to answer no, I'm not at all. I'm not too prideful. I think we all need to talk to somebody. Okay. So therapist, I'm going to read from the scripture, Proverbs chapter 11. What was that? Y'all just scared the heck out of me. My niece is sitting here sending me stuff. I was like, what was that? Okay. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14 through 15. Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in a multitude of counselor, there is safety. As a member of the body of Christ, one may feel too embarrassed or prideful to seek help outside of prayer and worship. And you should not be. You should not be at all. Okay. Now, I believe that we all need a therapist. Life is hard as it is, and we are only trying to survive and do the best we can. I will say the responsible ones. Okay. Life is hard as it is. You need somebody to talk to. You should be able to talk to somebody. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think in the Black community, we always judge people when they go, I'm talking to a therapist. We go, oh, are you crazy? Mm-mm. But that's not even the case. Like, you can talk to a therapist and not be deemed as crazy. Actually, I heard therapy is uplifting. It's peaceful. And sometimes you just want to talk. And it's okay. But, talk to the right person. And I love to talk. But I have to feel you out to know if I can tell you things, if you're going to use it against me, if not. And a therapist, that's their job. So they're not going to use it against you. They're only there to help you. So I think everybody should talk to a therapist. Now, we're going to get into something real deep here. Okay? Every issue or problem stems from, from a root, okay, of an underlying traumatic episode. So, example, we are grown as it is, okay? Some people can't communicate. Some people are cheaters. Some people are liars. Some people are toxic. Some people have drama, etc. Right? And I think that begins from something that happened, which is like, that's something that happened in childhood. I think childhood trauma is one of the most untalked about underlying issue that we have. And then it happens to just stick with you through adulthood. And then you're just like this, and you're carrying all of this into unnecessary people lives that have nothing to do with it, because we're too prideful to speak to a therapist or too embarrassed to talk about certain things. Like, okay, true story. There's one particular person, okay, that I feel that has been touched. We all know what touch mean. I think they've been touched sexually, right? they use it as, or they think it's like no, I haven't been touching that way. It's just I had sex early. And I'm like, I think you covering up something. Because I'm gonna be real. Every person I know that has been touched early, they are very sexual, like extremely sexual. They'll do anything. They'll do anything. And we're gonna be honest on here. When I say to do anything, do anything. That's including men and women. Okay. Certain things as a man, I think you shouldn't do. Certain things as a woman, you should not do. But this particular person will do both. And that's a red flag for me. Like, I was like, what? Not judging. I'm just telling you, for me, when I heard it, red flag, I think you've been touched. And I think in those situations, nobody want to talk about it. But see, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And I always do. And I'm never wrong when it comes to my intuition. I'm like, yo, I think something's off here. You know, so that was just an example. But what I'm saying is, like, little things, I think even with Black moms, Black single moms, okay? They don't say sorry, you know, or they try to kick their kids out early because they're tired of the burden. And that right there, like, stuff like that, that'll mess up the child. Or that'll damage you. And I feel like even everybody deserves therapy. Everybody should just take it. So I feel like we all face some type of underlying experience that had affected us emotionally. I feel like we all have. I don't think there's anyone that's like, I had a great childhood and I never experienced anything. I had a great childhood too, but I've seen and experienced something, you know, or was emotionally like, what the heck, you know? And I talked about it because I'm not going to not talk about it. Oh, I'm going to talk about it. So, but you have some people that may not. And I think that's where therapy will come in to help others that maybe be too timid or too embarrassed or, you know, feel like they're going to be judged. And we all should talk to people. Or we'll talk to therapists. And I feel like if it's not talked about or communicated, it can affect us in so many ways. And it can prevent growth as adults. Like, if you are not good communicating, you're not going to be able to communicate to your wife or your kids. If you are emotionally unstable and something happened in your childhood, you're not going to be emotionally ready for whatever God would like for you to, you know, to be in or to deal with. You're not going to be ready for it. If you are just a straight toxic person who likes drama, your family comes from drama. It started from the root of your great grandmother and this person, that person, and things happen in the household. You know, you got things to where uncle's been raping their nieces, or the brother been touching their sister, or the mama sister been sleeping with her husband, or, you know, the pastor done slept with Shirley and the whole team around it. Like, it's so many things that nobody wants to talk about because they think, okay, well, I could just put a Band-Aid over it. It's all right. It's cool. It's not. Because a bandage does not, you know, what does that want to do? That's just going to cover it for the meantime, but it's not going to fix it. So you got to go to the root of the situation, dig it up, and talk about it. That's the only way you'll be able to fix things. The adult way, the right way, right? Okay, so we should confront that person that caused the emotional issue and talk about it to prevent future issues. So, like, for example, if your mom used to maybe, you know, beat you a lot, and as an adult, you guys don't talk to each other. The relationship is kind of weird. You don't visit her. She don't visit you. Family gatherings, you know, you're not really feeling her. She don't really feel you. She don't see her grandkids. You don't call her Mother's Day. It's like, it's non-existent, right? No. Call her up. Hey, look, Ma, I know this happened about, you know, 1982, 1999. And it's still bothering me. It's affecting me from being the man that I'm supposed to be. You know, you got to sometimes have that conversation. And some people don't want to have it because they feel like, well, I'm grown. I don't got to talk. Grown ain't going to do with it. Grown has nothing. And I'm going to be honest. I think we're all just big babies. I don't think nobody's adults. Because nobody knows what to do. Because if you're an adult, I think an adult is like a strong word. And it's like, okay, I'm grown. I got all the answers. You know, I achieved that goal. I mastered this. And I think we're all out here just trying to breathe, trying to find a way of escape, trying to survive. I think we're all just big babies. Like, I don't think there's a such thing as an adult. I think we just grow, right? And we just learn on the way. That's just life. That's what it is. Nobody has the right answer. People say you got to go to college, make money. Nowhere near true. I have 2 degrees, 3 certificates, CPR license, worked at a NACE accredited daycare system, and that is the best system in the district. And I'm not even in daycare. I'm not even in the school district at all. So I don't, that's not true. You got to go to college, make money. I make money at a whole different facility that has nothing to do with my degrees. So there's so many other ways. And then I have my dad who's never been to college, and this man making bank. So you don't have to go to college, make money. There are so many different ways. You could be an entrepreneur. You could do this. You could start this. You could do that. It's so many avenues. So like I said, I just feel like nobody has all the answers. And to be honest, nobody knows the right answer. Because just because your answer work out for you, that don't mean that's the right answer for her. That don't mean that's the right answer for him. It just worked for you. So I wouldn't say, oh, this is the right answer. Just say, this was my answer. This is what worked for me. And I feel like we need to start doing that, because I don't like when people come to me and ask for advice, before I start giving my advice, hey, look now, I'm gonna tell you now, I'm just giving you my advice. I'm not saying what I'm saying is the right way to go about it. I'm just telling you what I would do if it was me. Now you take, you receive, you gather, you pray, you do what you need to do with this information, take it back to God. But I'm just letting you know, this is what I would do. Just saying. So, let's see here. And I just threw out some examples. Like if you didn't have attention when you was a kid, if you're an attention keeper or seeker, for number 2, if your dad hit your mom, and then you think it's okay to hit women. Number 3, mom date different men. So then your daughter grew up and then she sees it's okay. So then she follows, and then she has a kid at a young age, and then she has multiple baby daddies, then she's fast. So like certain things like that, like, you know, things that should be talked about that we just don't want to talk about, or that we just choose not to deal with, not to see. Like, oh, I didn't see my uncle just slap my mama like that. Oh, it's cool. They play fighting. They're just sisters and brothers. No, somebody need to say something. But in the family, and I think the Black community, we just, oh, that's okay. It's not. And then that becomes an issue for the person who saw that happen. And now they're thinking it's okay for it to happen, especially at a young age. We have kids. Kids watch everything. Kids see all. Okay? So we got to work on that. And I don't think it's bad if you want to talk to a therapist at all. But I think we all should talk to therapists. Me and my friend, we talk probably every day. If not every day, we're going to talk one time out the week. And I feel like we are each other therapists, because we you know, she be quiet when I'm talking. I be quiet when she's talking. We give advice, but first thing, she definitely will tell me, Sade, now look, this is something that I'm not saying you do, because she know I'll do it. But she be like, no, don't do it. I'm just saying this is what I would do. And we have to sell it to each other. But you got to always have somebody on your team that's willing to be there for you and that you could vent to. And if you don't, get a therapist. Okay. Let's see here. And then if you don't get a therapist, like I said before, it will consume you as an adult, which could affect your marriage, engagement. It can affect your kids. It can affect your career. You probably can't handle certain conversations. You become defensive. You become unwanted to be around, or even a pick-me person. And y'all know what a pick-me person is, right? Somebody that always want to be everywhere. Those are the main people that ain't got no friends, and the main people that nobody like to be around. And it could be an issue. It's always an underlying issue. So you got to be careful about that. Now we're going to go into the reminders because it's 8:10. I'm going to go in. I'm going to come on out. Before I move forward with the reminders, is there anything that anyone want to say about the therapy? No? Okay. So we're going to go to, we have 3 reminders. One came to me this morning. The other 2, last night. So, one thing that God wants you guys to remember is to constantly focus on Him. Please do not lose focus because, as I'm a firm believer, I do not believe we have much time left. I believe God is coming back very, very soon. That's just my personal belief. Um, let's see. And what he's okay, please do not lose faith. Sorry, please do not lose focus. Distractions are near and they will come. That's exactly, yeah. Distractions are near and they will come. Please be strong and fight your flesh. Your breakthrough is near. Stay clear of people who have no purpose in your life. And for example, users, liars, takers, etc. Okay. So continue to focus on God. I know it's hard sometimes. You just get tired. Sometimes you just want to do a little something, want to do this and that. But you don't know when you don't know when your last time is. And what if in the midst of the last time you out here breaking the code, the commandments, and you just want to do what you want to do? You know what's happening? Oh, okay. We already know, don't we? So stay focused. That's the main thing. He could come back right now while we're doing Bible study. Stay focused. Let's see here. Number 2. So this came to me at 8:20 today. And this is something that needs to be said. Okay. Date for a purpose. And everybody should have a purpose. Everybody should, know what their purpose is. That should be marriage. It should only be one purpose. You shouldn't be dating for support, spousal support. You shouldn't be dating, for let's see, for fashion. You shouldn't be dating for money. You shouldn't be dating for anything of that nature, stability or, status. You should be dating for marriage, period. Okay. It should not be how good a person look or what kind of car they drive or what they can do or how they can dress. That shouldn't even matter. The main goal should be, and I'm gonna go into it for a man and a woman. Just put little thoughts in your head in case you may not know, because some may not know. You should be looking for a spouse that knows God and that can cover you, protect you, and love you. That's very important because listen, when things get tough, that's fine. You look good, okay, but can you preach? Can you cover me? Do you know some scriptures? Do you have anointing oil? These are things that are very important because, yeah, you could be around me when things are good, but when things go left, what we doing? You just can't look at me and look good all day. You have to know. And I feel like once a person open their mouth and you spend time with them for maybe like, it takes 3 different occasions to spend time with them. That gives you a long enough time to be like, yeah, you're a little off. You'll pick it up because when you know what you need and not what you want, you'll come in knowing exactly, how to pick up with people. You'll come in with actually discernment, actually, when you already know what it is that you're looking for. Okay, so for the men, matter of fact, let's do women. Women, find a man, all the women out here. Oh, that will go back and look at this later. I need you to find a man that can provide for you. Number 1. And this was given to me, y'all, today at 8:20. I kid y'all not. You need to find a man that can provide for you. So that means that, if he can't take care of you financially, he got to go. He got to go. Don't even give him your number. He got to go. You got to go. Okay. And I'm not saying, because everybody had their own, this has always been a debate, but everybody has their own few fair shares of what that means. I'm going to give my own opinion, not saying this is what everybody should do, once again, but this is this Sade here. You going to pay the rent. You going to pay the rent. Yeah. You going to pay that rent. You're going to pay a couple of, maybe 2 or 3 other couple of bills up in here. And I got the rest. You can relax, Big Daddy. I got the rest. Okay? But you going to pay that rent. And a lot of women, they're like, they go into it. He need to pay everything. Well, if you can, you can. Now I'm just saying, because, there ain't nothing wrong with that. If you can, you can. I'm not stopping you. But if you can't, and you're like, okay, baby, I could pay maybe, 3, 4 bills up in here. Then, okay, I'm like, all right, baby, well, we good. We okay. We good. But also, at the end of the day, to be honest, that really just depends on you and your spouse. I mean, I can't tell anybody what to how to go about that. That's between you and your spouse. But honestly, you do need a man that can provide for you, okay? You need a man that have goals. If he don't have any goals and he not working, he out here chilling, he got time to play basketball, he got time to play football, golf, and he got time to go climb trees and paint rainbows and all that type of stuff. No. A man that can lead. You definitely, because I don't want anybody leading me into destruction. If you can't lead me and I got to lead myself, I might as well date myself. There's no point. You want a real man that can lead you. And, you know, you go to your man, baby, should I do this and that? Y'all, you talk about it, get his opinion, y'all pray on it. But he needs to be the one leading the situation, providing a resolution. That's what men do. They resolve, they fix issues. Okay, baby, my car broke down. What do I do? Because I don't know nothing about no car. Oh, that's right. But hold on, baby. I'll go ahead and get this headed. I'm gonna get the tire. I'm gonna get this. Listen. Oh, you trying to start? You know, never mind. Y'all know I like to play. But bottom line is, when a man can lead, provide, there's another one out there. Y'all know it, and protect. We women, we become so feminine, and which I mean we are, but that comes out of you. That submissiveness comes out of you naturally. Like, what do you need? A sandwich at 3 a.m? What kind? It don't matter. I will make it. Did you need your foot rub? A back rub? What you need? Okay. Women also, you need a man that is strong, that provides strength, that loves you, literally, genuinely loves you, not what you, not so much of the outer, but really loves you like your heart. Because at the end of the day, when you get older, all this gonna fade away. Your butt gonna start to sag, titty gonna start to sag. All this stuff is not going to be how it is. Like, it's going to fall apart the older you get. But the love still has to be there. So that person has to love you for you. Okay? A man that's going to encourage you. A man that's going to appreciate you and acknowledge you and value you. Y'all, it's so serious, because I know a lot of men that don't even know what that means. A man is a great father. I'm not saying a man that is a donor. A man that is a great father. Okay? A man that know your worth. And let's see here. A man that will protect you and will defend you against family, against strangers, against the world itself. Like, he gonna fight for you. That's what you need. We need to be covered, and we need to have security. So if the person you're talking to right now can't provide none of those things, leave him. Because it's not going to work out. It's not. This is what you need in a man. Now, men, what you need to find in a woman is a woman that can nurture, that can support, that is mature, not immature, not quick to fight, not quick to curse, not quick to throw tantrums and get argumentative. You don't need all that. That's drama. You don't want all that. But a classy woman, okay? You need a helpmate. You need a good mother, a smart woman, okay? A spiritual woman. And you need to be spiritually yoked. Y'all both have to be spiritually yoked. Okay, good. Yeah, so I gave examples for a man and a woman. And then these are things of what not to look for in total. In all, do not look for this. If you got it, ladies, run. If you got it, men, run. Okay? Don't waste your time. A user, a liar. If he got generational curses, like within the family, at the beginning, they lied to you, go. They take the time to, like, you know, here's the thing. Take the time to meet his or her family. And that will tell you all you need to know about that person and their upbringing. That's very important. The way he treats his mother is how he's going to treat you. Period. Okay? He said his mother shut up. He's going to tell you to shut up. You better understand that. Let's see another one. A person that hide their kids from a woman point of view or a man point of view. You should not be looking for anybody that hide their kids, or you should not be trying to date anybody that's not around their kids. Don't do that. That is, or you should not date anybody that's not accepting of their kids. So, which I think that's very obvious, but you know it's not. It's quite sad that there are a lot of people that know that a person is not around their kids, and they're fine with it. They're okay with it. And I'm just like, how could you be okay with knowing that that person not around their kids. So you think they're going to treat your kids differently? You think they're going to spend time with your kids too? Set up for failure. I don't get it. Let's see. People who make, so this, definitely be aware of this. Let's get into this, y'all. People who make mistakes, excuses. Let me go back and say that again. Once again, like I told y'all, this came to me at 8:20 today. And God wanted me to tell y'all this because this is kingdom marriage season. Okay? Here we go. People who make mistakes, excuses. Why would you date somebody who has turned mistakes into excuses? So, for example, let's say he's a cheater, right? You found out that he was cheating, and he goes, well, I'm sorry, baby, I mistakenly cheated. How do you mistakenly cheat on somebody? I believe that before we all do anything, outside of all of us, like seriously, before we do anything, we think about it. Tell me I'm lying. Before you get in that car, before you go on a date, before you talk to a person, before you look at a pitch, should I? That's going to always go through your mind. Okay, so you can't say it was a mistake. Before you cheated on your wife, girlfriend, fiance, whoever, you thought about it and you went with it. Please beware of those people, because they know mistakes. Yes, people make mistakes, but you don't mistakenly have sex with a different woman. That's not a mistake, you guys. And I've actually heard, like, I've actually had women literally tell me that, well, he said he's sorry and he'll never do it again. Listen, I don't do cheaters. You cheat on me one time, you'll never have me again. You'll never have me again. I don't care if it was, and cheating goes in so many ways. It could be emotionally, it could be even a text form. No, you haven't slept with her, but you're texting her explicit sexual things. You better get up out of here. I don't want it. Okay, so women, please, and even men too. Like, you know how sometimes women will say, "Oh, I wasn't. He was my friend. We were just friends, and we was hanging out." I think men know, if a guy want their woman, because I know I've been in situations where I had a boyfriend and I had a male friend, and come to find out, he did tell me, should I stay away from him? And I'm like, but he's a cool guy. He's cool. And he was like, no, he's not. Come to find out, give or take, maybe a month or so, my friend confessed that he liked me. Okay. So you got to be mindful of people like that as well. Let's see. And you know what? Here's another one. You do not have to have everything in common. I think we all try to find a lot of things in common with that person, but you technically don't have to have everything in common with them. And I think that's the good thing about it. Like, it's beauty into that, because you can learn new things and you can explore things together. So you shouldn't always want to find something in common with that person. Common is okay, but when things get tough, when things go left, what you gonna do? Oh, well, we got this in common. Okay, that's fine, but we got to figure out this problem. We need a solution. I don't care what we got in common. We need to figure this out. And I think people don't even think past that. They don't even think about any of that, or don't take those things into consideration with who they choose in a date. So, and I'll put an example. So both of you guys can dress, but when a problem happens, can dressing fix it? No, it cannot. So for women, when you guys, decided that a man, oh, he looks good, he got a nice car, he make all his money. Okay, but when something need to get paid, when your car's stuck on the side of the road, when this didn't happen, can he get there? Can he do this? Can he do that? No? Okay, so then you don't need to date him. Because that money and the body and the hair and all that stuff, that's nothing. That's not even what you should be looking for. I think that's a bonus, to be honest. If he got all the things that I need and I find him attractive, and he does have a nice car or a good car here, there, which is not a big deal, because if it gets you from A to B, what's the issue? Just saying. What's the issue? If it gets you from A to B, that's what a car's supposed to do. You want to look good inside of the car? Okay, but you only in it for a certain amount of time. What does it matter? Like little things like that. You shouldn't be worried so much or fixated so much on that. It should be about the person. And we know the three things, ladies: provide, lead, protect. Men, you need to know. You should be looking for a woman that is a spiritual. She don't have to be spiritual. I'm not saying she have to be to where, she speaks to God and all that nature, but she still needs to have a relationship with God, period. Okay. And she needs to be nurturing and a good mother and a supporter. Got to be. Got to be. Okay. Now, this is the third thing. And let me see before I move forward. Accepting from family members. Oh, okay. And it's another thing also that came to me. You do not need to be looking for somebody that you think your family will accept. Okay. You ever had invited like your man or your woman to your family gathering? Let's say you go to the gathering, right? And then they go, oh, well, yeah, they look good. They look all right. Your family members are going to judge off the appearance anyway. So you don't even need their acceptance because they ain't looking at what he doing for you or what she doing for you. They're looking like, okay, she look presentable. She all right. She okay on our team. That's all they're looking for. Most of the families do that. Now, not mine. I'm telling you, mine's not like that. They're different. They're gonna look you up and down, and then they're gonna just observe you and make sure certain things are in order. And if it's not, they're talking about you. I'm just letting you know. They're gonna talk about you after you leave. Okay. But I don't think I'm the only one who like the family does that. I think everybody family does that. And then number 3, and then we're good to go. Okay. So number 3, this is another reminder. Do not allow people from the past that you dated to come back into your life. Never allow them back into your life. Please don't do it. Okay. The people, but now here's the thing. The people that I'm referring to, okay, are the people who once tried to talk to you and you kind of explain to them, hey, look, this is what I'm dating for. I'm dating for marriage. I'm dating to do this. I'm dating to do that. And they're like, oh, well, I'm not ready for that right now. Okay, cool. You laid it out. He didn't want it. Move forward. That's what you did. And then now that he's ready, now he want to date you again. Don't you do it. Don't you dare do it. Because and it could go vice versa, man or woman. Okay, it could go vice versa. If she wasn't ready and you left, a good job. Great. But don't go back to those people. Because at the end of the day, at that moment, that's what you was looking for. They wasn't. That's on them. You can't pressure anybody to wanting to man up or woman up. You can't do it, right? But now that you're ready, you're like, okay, well, let's work it out. Let's get together. Let's do it. It don't work that way. Okay. So I'm letting you know, don't do it. Because you're just wait. They're only back for reasons. It's not for good things. Oh, well, because let's go back to this. He done left you because he wasn't ready for marriage and what you're looking for. And he done slept with Tisha, Tasha, did this, play around with this person. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, he got community penis. That's what it really is. And then now he want to come back to you and no, sir. No, sir. Don't do it. Women or men, she done slept with Greg, David, and James. Her vagina has been tore up. It's been bust. Don't do it. I'm just saying, don't do it. Because they're only wanting to be around for a reason. They're lonely. Don't nobody want them because they've been used up. And people can tell if you're used up. Seriously, like it shows. You can tell. Well, I know I can tell. Let me see here. Like if they're wanting stability, if they're wanting, just to get into something at the meantime, because they're bored. There's nothing really they don't have anything going on right now. That's most of the time. That's the reason why they come back. Seriously. Or they just really, I'm tired of playing around. So I just want to settle down. And it's just settled. It wasn't something that they really wanted to do with you. You just happened to one that was available and you took them. No, I don't do that. No. So don't go back to them. Okay. Let's see. And I do have a story about this one. It was a certain person. I'm not saying no names, but it was a certain person that, we were talking for a while and he asked, what is it that you're looking for? And I told him, I said, I'm dating for marriage. I'm not playing around. I'm dating for marriage. And if you can't lead, protect, or provide, get up out of here. It's simple. I go in simple. I come in simple. I give you the option to stay or go. And he was like, well, I'm not ready for that right now. I said, cool. All right. Hey, wish you the best luck. See you later. Just recently, give or take a week or two. You know what I'm saying? Like a week or two that passed. He goes ahead and it's like, hey, how you doing? Let's go out. Let's do this. So now you want to do all these things that I wanted you to do at that time. And now you don't want to do it. Now you want to do it. And it's like, well, it's too late because I'm already talking to somebody else now. I'm already dealing with somebody else. I'm already doing this to somebody else. Or my mind is already here. So sorry. You had, hey, when I wanted you, I wanted you. And now that I don't, I'm good. Or when you weren't ready, you weren't ready. And that's fine. You have to respect the person. Now, that's one thing I do respect when a person is honest. Now, I'm not taking that from him. He was very honest. Like, look, I'm not ready for that. But, hey, now you ready for it. Because now I guess whatever you're going through, you want to come back. It don't work that way. Sorry. That ain't happening. And that is a true story. Like, that's facts. And when I say this person constantly texts me every day trying to do something with me, and I turn it down so quickly, like, bye. And now you want to do something. Be mindful of those people because they're coming in with an agenda. They are not coming in to love you. They are coming in with an agenda. They're coming in with a task. They're coming in with a game plan. And I believe, honestly, I think they're coming in to take because it's something that they want. Because when they first was talking to you and they didn't want to even marry you or not even marry you, I'm sorry, they didn't even want to pursue you for marriage. What do you think they wanted? Exactly. They wanted something from you. But I didn't want to talk about marriage though, but I want something from you. And all they did was left a little bit, and now they back around the block again trying to get it. But see, now the thing is, if you give them access, because you got men will study you and women will study you. I'm telling you, like vice versa. You know, there's people out there that will study you. Oh, I'll give about good 2-3 weeks, and then I'm gonna text her and actually she want to get her nails done. Or you got the women. I'm gonna give them about 2-3 weeks, and I'm gonna ask them if you want me to come over. And if you sit there and make yourself available and have access to these people, allow yourself that access, they're going to know, okay, I can treat them like anything and I can still do what I want to do with them. Just saying. So that's all that I have for you guys today. Okay. We talked about greed. We talked about a therapist, that we all need therapy. Greed could be money, women, men, sex, food, attention, social media, drugs, drinking. Greed could be so many things out here, right? And then therapy, I think we all need therapy. There's nothing wrong with talking to people because I believe there's a lot of people that have underlying issues. They have underlying issues and they don't want to talk about it. And then now you're in a relationship, you're married, you're engaged, you started a career, you're owning a business, and you don't even know how to properly speak. You don't even know how to properly allow your emotions to be able to, to communicate. You can't even do certain things because you didn't speak about it. You didn't want to talk about it because you're embarrassed. You're too prideful. I think you should speak to somebody. Okay. Or if it's not even if you don't speak to the therapist, call the person who've done it to you. And I'm not saying it's always something bad. It could be something real minor, but it just bothers you. It could be to where somebody may have had control over you and now you still stuck on that control. You can't break free because it's been like that for years. Call them up and say no. You know what's crazy? Just randomly call them up and say no. As soon as they answer the phone, just go no. And I guarantee you they know what you're talking about because they've been the one doing it. All the ones that's been doing it, they know they've been doing it. That's the thing about it. Since when you bring it up to them, they get defensive. What you talking about? I ain't never did that. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because you wouldn't be getting defensive and upset if you don't know because normally if you don't know what a person's talking about, what do? You chill with it. Like, girl, what you talking about? All right. But a person that really knows and know they have been the one causing that issue, causing you to not sleep at night, causing you to be who you are, causing you to stress, causing you to do this and that, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they do. And that's why sometimes you don't have to speak about it. They already know what they're doing is wrong. Nowadays, my friend could tell you, I don't have time. Like, we ain't doing it. I'm not speaking like, hey, how you doing? Bye. I ain't about to argue with you no more, man. You know what you did and you know what you're doing, period. Keep it moving. So y'all got to be that way as well. Like, don't allow a person to play in your face. You hear me? Because I believe we all been played with before. Sometime, don't allow a person to play in your face, especially more than once. Because then now you know they're playing with you. They don't even respect you. Okay? So let's see here. And then we had the reminders focused on God. We had the second reminder, date for a purpose. And the third reminder, do not allow people from the past that you've dated or talked to or communicated with come back. Never. Okay? If they was never ready for it at that time, They're probably not ready for it now. And if they are, they're using you for a reason. Because if they was really, really wanting you, they would have changed and they would have got you. And I believe, my personal opinion, change, if you've been this way all this time, you cannot convince me, Sade Michelle Thomas, that you've changed in less than 2 years. You are a liar. There's no way, because if you've been that way for so long, for so many years, from the time you had common sense, and we're going to go with 19. No, we're going to go with 18. All the way to how old you are now. That's so many years of being that way, right? So there's no way you could have changed in less than 2 years. It's a lie. You may have changed certain ways, certain hiccups, but a full evaluational change from the heart, oh no, you ain't changed. You ain't changed. So don't let a person, like I said, play in your face. Don't let them do it. Okay? So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys learned, something from me. I have to wake up early in the morning to get my hair done. Okay? But before I go, is there anything you guys want to talk about? Is there anything that you want to say? Anything at all? Let me know. I thank you guys for studying with me. I hope that this got through to somebody. Okay? Please date for a purpose. Don't waste nobody's time. Don't play no games. It is 2024. We don't know when God is coming back. And I'm not going to waste my time trying to figure out who really want me and who don't. If they don't come in with an agenda, and I'm talking about a real, genuine agenda. Hey, look, this is what we're doing. We're going to date. We're going to get engaged. Oh, sorry, let me scratch that. Let me use the right words, biblical words. I'm going to court you. Okay? I'm going to court you. And I'm going to ask you to marry me. I'm going to ask you, you're going to become engaged. We're going to get married, have babies, may not have babies. We're going to get this house and we good. Or whatever else you want to do. If a man ain't coming to you in that type of way, and that type of demeanor, and that type of pressure, he ain't it. Because once you confuse a woman, men, just to let you know, when you confuse a woman, oh, you done messed up. Now I'm questioning everything you doing from here on out. Is this nigga name really James or is it Jonathan? What is it? Because if he lied about this, and we notice all of this. And when you mess up, because I'm saying, no, not saying nobody makes mistakes. People do, but when you make a mistake to purposely lie, to purposely cheat, to purposely mishold information, I don't want you no more. And in men, when it comes to women, like, pay attention. How she treat the kids. If her kids are always with Granny, Auntie Emma, her best friend, she's not a fit mom. Okay? If you have access to her easily, if you have access to her, and we know what access means, you in her place, you met her kids, y'all done had sex. Come on now. In less than a month of knowing each other. Because dating me, you're going to have to date me for 6 months to meet my kids. Or I'm going to have to know you. I got to know you for at least 6 months. I have a date. Like, you going to know. Because I don't play with my kids. But if you got women out there, men, that you're talking to, and you're like, dang, I ain't never seen her with kids. Boy, you better run. Because if you have a child by her, oh, your life about to be a living hello. Just stating, just being honest. If she out here and she's in a club every other night, in the streets, dressing like she's a hoe, Billy, just saying, you shouldn't date her. You got to kick her to the curb. But sometimes our flesh be like, dang, she look good, though. Hey, you about to forget them kids tonight. No, because that one night of fun gonna lead you to listen. I know it. A headache, stress, aggravation. You better meet her family and see what her upbringing is about. It's her father in her life. Is he not? What's up? What? Because if he's not, most of the time she's out there. She's out there in them streets dabbling. And we're going to flip it. And when it comes to the man, if the husband is not in the household, if the father's not in the household with that man, he ain't going to know how to treat you. Because how can he how can he show you what a man is if his father was never in the household? So now you got a feminine man. And I've always said this. I cannot marry a feminine man. I will never marry a feminine man. You clapping, you arguing, you stumping, you moving like you trying to fight me. I would never do it. I don't care what you say. That to me, that's feminine. That's sassy. My kids are sassy. I'm sassy. I don't want my man sassy. And he's talking like, what's up, girls? Childs, babes. What? Are you confused? So you got to be mindful of those type of things. Seriously. You have to meet their family. That is very important. That's why I say I would never marry a man that their family don't like me, their family don't respect me, and their family don't really know, they don't know God. No, I can't do it. I'm too spiritual. I can't even be around it. So you gotta take that to consideration when you are dating somebody. Okay, clothes don't mean that he's a good, just because he know how to dress don't make him a good man. And I don't even make him a man. That mean that he can color coordinate. Good job. But that don't make him a good man. And that don't make him a man, period. And by her sitting here, she know how to cook. That makes her a great mom. All right. That means she can read off the back of a package. She can read ingredients and instructions very well. But that does not make her a great mom. So I need you guys to really understand when it comes to dating somebody, please pick somebody that you're spiritually yoked with. Seriously. Because God wants kingdom marriages, not failure. Because I don't believe in divorce. But I'm just saying that's the each is the own. The only way I'll do it is like I said in the Bible. Cheating. That's the only way. Have a baby on me, whatever the case may be. No, you got to go. But when it comes to arguments and all that other stuff, man, we could talk about that. You better go in the room and chill out for a little bit and come back in here. But other people, nowadays, don't nobody want to put the time in. Once somebody pissed them off, I'm done with you. You're blocked. All this other stuff, no one's taking it serious. And that's why now there's a lot of men, good men that are scared to date and good women that are scared to date. Because there are a lot of people that's just wasting their time. They're looking for a good time. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let you guys go. If you have kids, your agenda should be trying to find somebody that have kids. Well, you know what? You don't have to, but just saying. I would go for somebody that have kids. And I would not be out here trying to find somebody that's all in for a good time. Just saying. Because from my point of view, my advice here, not saying you have to do that, but I would want to date somebody with kids because, and I thought about this, because he knows how serious it is. He has responsibilities. And then that could be a far-fetched too. Now you got to be careful because just because he got kids don't mean he take care of his kids. So that's why I said you have to do a thorough walk around the house. Like you really got to get to know this person before sleeping with them. Can we please start doing it? Can we start normalizing getting to know a person before sleeping with them? Because once you have a baby by them, it is a wrap. It's a wrap. Both ways, men or women. So that's really just what I want to say about dating. Like, really, take your time, people. I can't stress this enough. There's so many women that I see be on Facebook going cuckoo for Cocoa Puff over a man that looked like he just came out of jail. And I can't understand it. I'll never get it. Or you got men sitting here fighting for a woman that don't even have her kids. She don't even have custody of her kids. Like, do y'all, what? So her booty takes up for not having a baby or taking care of her kids? I'm confused, So really look into all that. When somebody don't have their kids, you got to think about it. Why don't you have your child? Really dig deep. Ask these questions. It may make them, they may get upset, but if they do, they're not for you. Because most of the time, if a person get upset by you just asking a question, oh, they're guilty. They're guilty. They're guilty. And I know it. I know it. They're guilty. So at the end of the day, guys, don't be greedy. Okay. Don't put anything before God. What he bless you with, be grateful. God knows, true story. I just got a promotion. I'm grateful. Like God is just showing out, man. He really is showing out with me. And I'm moving into a new place, a beautiful place for me and my babies. And I am just so ecstatic. I'm just so ecstatic. God has been moving on my behalf. It's just amazing. I'm so ready for my new chapter. I'm so ready for my new journey. And you guys need to be as well. Like, just focus on God. And that's the message he wanted me to tell you guys too, as a reminder. Focus on him. Like distractions, yes, they're going to come, but you have to fight them. You know, you got to fight them. And then when it comes to talking to somebody, get a therapist. If you don't have that friend, and I thank God I'm blessed with my bestie, but if I didn't have her, I'm going to be real, I probably would have a therapist. But to be honest, she is my therapist because she got one and then she's mine. How about that? So she got her therapist that she talked to between me and her, and then I got her for mine. So, hey, it works out perfectly. She getting help double, and I get that one extra. Okay? So, it just, take your time, guys, okay? But I'm going to let you guys go because I'm going to watch What Love's Got to Do with It and laugh at a couple of things. And then get ready to get my hair done in the morning. Y'all know how it feels to get a good old little scrub. But you guys have a blessed night. Be safe. It is Friday. You know, make good choices. And, you know, read, write, pray. And just focus on God. Okay? All right. So I will talk to you guys next Friday. I will say it's going to be July the 12th. I will not be able to talk to you guys because I am moving. Okay. So the July 12th, that Friday night, I will not talk to you guys. Unless everything has been put up. That's the only way I will let you guys know. If everything has not, because I'm a perfectionist and I love to decorate. So if everything is not put up the way I need it to be, I won't do it. We'll skip it and come back next Friday. Or if everything is put up, then I may have a guest with you guys. Okay? All right. I love you guys. You have a great Friday.